All right, YouTube. Yeah, I got a special one for you. All right. Now, I know you guys probably seen this before, right? All around the world, all on YouTube. If you never like actually seen it with your own eyes, man, you missing something special. It looks beautiful. This right here. All right, so this is called a sun halo. You know, they got other names for it. They call it sun dog, or sun halo because the halo is around the sun. That's right. Now this little blue light here, don't focus on that, man. That ain't nothing. That's from the camera. That's from the lens. When you take a picture of the sun, you get stuff like this. All right. So throughout my years, before I started recording things like that and making little videos for you guys on YouTube, uh, I've pretty much took a few of these pictures. These sun dogs. Man, I think I got about five. I had more. Some I deleted. Until I started wondering and figuring out what these are, I started keeping them. So the last few I have, I want to show you something special that I found in them. Inside of like the actual, you know, sun dog area, what they like to call, but the halo area. You see it? See the sun here? In this area here, the halo traps energy around it. Yes, it's actually something going on in here on one of my pictures. Man, you got to see it. I want to show you something. Now, I hope you know that rainbows are in the Bible and halos are in the Bible. So some of our prophets, man, they seen, yeah, our Father. They seen our Father coming down with a halo on his head, the sun with a halo around him. And you may think, oh, well, that's just talking about the Son because the Son of Man is Christ, and this being the Son, well, it has a halo. That's how people break it down because they don't have any spiritual guidance and they kind of lost. So that's what they think of when they see a halo or a sun with a halo around it. But the scripture says something different. And one of my photos says something different. Now, if you go to Ezekiel 126 and 28. All around him was a glowing halo. And you read the whole thing from 26 to 28. But what I'm saying is all around him was a glowing halo. So he didn't say the sun, he said around him, okay, was a glowing halo. Let me show you. Let me show you what these are. See that? Sun dog. A sun dog is a bright spot that appears on a halo on one or both sides of the sun. So that means it's like all around it, pretty much. Typically, two sun dogs are spotted on opposite sides of the sun over a 22-degree halo when this phenomenon occurs. See, when this phenomenon occurs, you get something like that. It's crazy. They call it a phenomenon. It's different, you know. There are also sun pillars where vertical beams of light appear to extend above and below a light source. You hear that? See that? There are also sun pillars where vertical beams of light appear to extend above and below a light surface. That's what you get with a sun dog right there. Now, check this out. Sun halo, same thing. Okay, a sun halo, known as a sun halo. That's what they call it. It appears like a circular rainbow around the sun, visible, bright during the day. Halos around the sun are caused by the refraction of the splitting of sunlight by ice crystals in the atmosphere. Circular halos specifically are produced by cirrus clouds, which are thin, detached, hair-like clouds. All right, so you get these thin clouds around a halo, and when you see these type of funny-looking clouds, sometimes they produce what you got here, a sun halo or a sun dog. All right, so that's the science explanation. That's how science pretty much explain a halo. Now the Bible says something different. Okay, you got modern, and then you have the ancient. Who should we believe? You can believe them both. Well, God people, whoever is pretty much showing you scriptures, like prophets Ezekiel, who saw what he saw, and other prophets in the Bible explaining to you what a sundog is, what a halo really is. Science pretty much just try to find the way that they are created using a universe. Now, the universe is God's. Of the God created universe, our God. Okay, so if God created the universe, well, He just have a certain way that it was made. And what science do is try to figure out how it's made. We can't discredit that God created it though. You just try to figure out what science is trying to figure out. Like an apple. Science will go into detail and tell you how healthy it is for you and how to plant them and how to grow another apple tree and things like that. But they can't explain to you how the apple tree first came here on Earth and how they plant themselves. Well, they'll tell you seeds, fall out of the tree. The apples fall out of the tree. They don't, sometimes they don't get eaten up and they just sit there and the seed goes back into the ground. And, you can believe that, but an apple is kind of heavy. I'm trying to figure out how they get spread around. You can't blow an apple tree or an apple because the apple seed is inside of the apple. So the apple have to blow across the world. How do we get that? Well, men found out that the apples grow from the soil, just like every other creature grows from God's soil. So they went on to plant these trees. But where did the first tree grow? Yeah, the Garden of Eden, tree of life. All right, but that's another story. Let's get back into this halo. I'm kind of want to, get to it. I want to show you these pictures I got for you. Look at that. All right, so let's go deeper with it. Let's move on to my next photo, so you can understand how these halos work. Okay, remember, God created this. You can go to Genesis 9:15 through 17. God will remember his covenant with you and all living creatures when you see the rainbow. So that means God pretty much created this rainbow as a peace covenant. All right? Because he didn't want to flood the earth and kill. We all know the story. Bible readers, you should know that story by now. So this rainbow have a little bit more significant meaning to it than just Pride weekend and throwing on those shirts represent something, different than what the Bible say. So let's move forward, man. There you go. See that? Look at that halo around the sun. This is an actual different picture. This is a different picture. So the actual picture I took, that here is from the lens. So you don't have to look at that. See that? There you go. It's a halo. Or a sundog. See that? All right, let's move forward. All right, so these are two different pictures. I got this halo on a different day. I got this one on a different day. Just showing you that they do exist. Sometimes people don't see them. You miss it if you're not looking. Okay, you can see here where you got snow, and here and no snow. So these are different days. See, I got a few of them, man, but when I get to the one, then I'm going to show you who the difference. Watch when you see the difference. And you will know what Ezekiel was talking about in 1:26 and 28. Okay, you guys got to know what's going on, man. It's happening. It's happening. Watch this. All right, so you see these different firmaments here? See these circles? Yeah, these are circles. And you know what's inside of these circles? Circles? Worlds. People. Us. Where we live. But they also use these to travel. And they live in them. You don't think so? Stay with me. I'll show you. Look at that. This is my photo. It's a perfect sundog. Let's keep moving. Now, I want you to take a look at this halo here, the specific one. Take a look at it. You see this rainbow? You see the rainbow around it? Now, something particular with this one. First of all, you see the color changes on the outside and the inside. See, it's two different colors. The color change inside of here for a reason. They trapping something in. Second of all, I want you to take a look at the sun. Why is it like that? That's not a sun. The sun has been manipulated. That's right. Angels use these clouds for travel, and they do exist. Go over to Revelation 10, 1 and 2, and you'll find out angels have halos that look like a rainbow around their heads. That's what the Bible says. We going off the Bible. They use this, and this is a door, my friends. You know how I found that out? See, what I had to do was go to one of my other pictures of a halo and compare it with this one I caught. And you will see that inside of this halo, the sun is round like it's supposed to be, and it's different than this one. Let's see. Now, look at that up close. Look at that. Why is the sun like that? Man, let's check it out. Now, look at that. Edit it out, darkened it. Now, you see it? It's not a sun at all. Not a sun at all. It's a door. A door. We all know how a door looks. We all know how a door looks. Why does it look like that? You tell me. Let's move forward. Let's just keep going. Watch. I'm going to show you what I have. Look, here we go. Look at that. It's not even bright like a sun's supposed to be. But that type of light, because we all know God live in light, is coming out of a door like it would. You see that? Perfect. It's a door. And it happened to be inside of this halo here. Watch this. There you go. It's not a sun at all, bro. It's not a sun. Now you can see I didn't create this. Not at all. It's a door. Man. And when you zoom in, you can see it. It's a hole through there. It's not a sun. Crazy, right? All right, look. Side by side comparison. Here's one of my old pictures. Here's the latest one. Look at that up close. You see the different shapes in the sun? Why would it do that? All right. Now you see how the sun reflection has that normal type flares, sun flares and things like that when you take a picture of it. Look here. Nothing like that. Nothing like that. See? Just light coming through a door. Light coming through a door. All right, let's read. It's Revelation 4, 1 through 4. After this, I looked, and behold, a door was open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet talking with me, which said, Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter. So this is a sign. He's saying, come in through this door. He want to show you something so you can understand. Now, this is in Revelation. Why did the sun change from this one to this one? Now, I got this picture I had back in 2018, maybe 19. This one was 2020. Things are changing. That sun shouldn't look like that. We all should know that by now. And he that sat was to look upon like a jasper and a sardine stone. And there was a rainbow around about the throne, in sight like unto an emerald. A rainbow about the throne. So a throne must be in this door because that's the entrance. And they have a rainbow around it. Must be. Or why would it look like that? And round about the throne were 24 seats. And upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white, remnant. And they had on their heads crowns of gold. Oh, do you guys see that? Do you guys see what I'm talking about here? Let's move forward. All right, now look at the difference. Look at the difference. Here's a regular one. And here's the other one I have. You can't see a circle. Hey, we was taught these in preschool. We was taught these in grammar school. Here's a circle. Here's a square. There's a circle. There's a rectangle. However you want to look at it. It's a door. Look at that. That's an entrance. You see this? You see how the sun have this little lines going through the light? You can see the light shining from it. Look at it. Look how the lines shine through here, just like a door would. You got to know what you're looking at, folks. Okay, remember, you have kings and they wearing crowns in this one. I'm gonna show you how. Now look at that. Come on, it's a door. Now you see, I couldn't fake that, but I did take away a little bit of that light so I can see this door a little better. It looks perfectly square. It's a door. Look at that. Now this is supposed to be the door or the entrance where Christ was buried, right? Where they moved the big rock. You know, they changed it so many times. You're not sure with these people sometimes, but there it is. Doesn't that look like that? Just saying. I picked this door because it's a holy door, right? What we know of. So I'm looking at this halo that was seen in the sky, prophet seen it, everything like that. So I'm comparing that one. I mean, I can get any door though that look like that. I just chose this door. Look at it. Just look amazing, bro. You're looking at what I'm looking at. Now here's a halo for one of my other ones. It's not the door anymore, but I'm gonna show you what's in it. What halos can carry in it. See that? I'm outside. Park. And I want you to pay attention. Same picture. Look, I'm going back. There you go. Look at that. Now you see this here? I'm going to show you what's hovering around in here. Keep looking. Voila. Look at this filter here. All right. When they say they got kings with crowns on, they do. Inside of the halo. They look at you. What is this? Eyes. See that? He's blended in with the cloud. That Cirrus cloud, he blended in with that. See look at that. We all know a crown. Big tall crown with a big ruby in the middle. There's his eyes here, his nose and mouth, and half of his face is covered with that cloud. See that? There you go. Inside of the Sundog halo. That's right. He's coming to Earth and he's doing his thing now. Yeah, that's what's inside of it. Now, the picture, I had to do it like this in order to see inside of the halo perfectly. Because with our naked eye, we can't see. So we have to use a little bit of technology to clean it out. Or you wouldn't have been able to see this here. Because God knows what your eye can see. He knows exactly how your eyes view things. We kind of got a cheat code, which is going too far. All this technology, he don't want. Technology. You see that? Look at that 5G. And my phone right next to it. I'm down here using my phone. Look at that. It's outside of the store. This tower, 5G tower. And there's God. Inside of a halo. All right. Look at that. See? I just changed the color up a little bit. You can see a crown. Man with a crown on. All right. Now what I did, I kind of like went close to it here, screenshot it, and then cleaned it out a bit so you can see. You see the pupil? There's an eye. There's a pupil. His crown. He got his crown tilted to the side. And I'm going to show you a few of the pictures. God does have a third eye, and it says it in the Bible. And here it is here. Okay, here's the crown. There's an emerald. Third eye. His two eyes. One kind of faded out because of that Cirrus cloud. Here's nose here and mouth. And he's inside of the halo. There you go. I found it. All right. You see that? Up close. Darken it out a little bit. Here's his third eye. Bam. Nose, mouth. Look at the emerald. And it's inside of that crown. Nice shiny one too. That's the crown. It took me a minute to find this, guys. It took me a minute. But I figured it out. Now you go closer, you can see the eye. Just looking at you. See? He's looking at you. That's right. Voila. There you go. Up close. Yep. There's one eye here. There's his other eye. And there's that beautiful circle emerald. See it shiny? Shining inside of here. That is in his crown, people. There's his crown. What I'm telling you, I'm showing you God. I'm showing you God. Bam. Look at that. I like to use the craziest filters because you can see more, right? Yeah, he remembered what he's supposed to do. See, God, for God to come back now, that's telling you we live in a revelation because he won't forget us. We're his chosen people. He won't forget you. Go all the way to Genesis and read 9, 15 through 17. And it says God will remember his covenant with you and all living creatures when you see the rainbow. So every time you see the rainbow, that's God assuring you that I remember you and I won't flood you to death anymore. All right? So he's telling you that. He's showing his face here. Look at that one. See? That's not a cloud. That here, the reason why it looks like that, because that's a ruby. Strong, powerful. And his crown, look, bloop, look at that. See that crown dip? Yeah, that's God's face. All right, look at this one. You see the clouds? There's the sun. Look at that, look at that. Look at that. You see that? Why is the sun making a cross? Look at that. Because his son, which is Christ, our King, our Lord, was sacrificed on the cross. And he's right here inside the halo, illuminating his face as a sign to me to show you. Look at that, bag her out of it. You tell me what is that inside of that halo. See that? Right there. He's right here. Voila. Voila. Come on, man. You see him? He's inside the halo. Now you can see his eye. See the pupil? Yeah. He's looking directly at me. You know I'm looking at him. He knows it. There you go. Can't fake that, man. I took a lot of pictures, by the way, intentionally, to make sure that I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Now, mind you, I did not see God inside of the halo when I first took the photo. It took some time. But what I did do was check. I tried my best to look inside of the halo to see what I can see. And there you go. Now, you see this crown here? You see that emerald? This is just a crown, just to compare it. Now look up close. That's a crown. You see that? I'm not saying that God had this particular crown on. But what I am doing is finding the crown to compare with this one so you can see how a crown looks, because sometimes it's hard for other people to see what I have. All right? Right here. So, okay, it's on his head. There's a crown. There you go. That's how it looks. Bam, bam. The rest is the face. Let's move forward. There you go. You see that crown? Can't deny it. You can't deny the eye. Look at it. Can't deny it. It's inside of that halo. Or sundog, what we thought. Yeah, God do what he says. He never forgets you. He's back now. I'm telling you, it's going down. You guys got to follow law, statutes, commandments, best of your ability. Go to 1 Corinthians, read 1 and 8 through 9. God will do what he says because he is faithful to do what he says. That's 1 Corinthians. That's what it says. So when you read that, you will understand it. You will understand how God works. Man. So this halo here is a peace covenant. And he's in it looking at me. It's the same photo. He won't kill you no more. He's here to save us. Go to Genesis 9 and read 9 through 14. I will not destroy all creation again. My rainbow will be a peace covenant. And those people who's God saving, who's God going to save, is the same people that was hurt throughout the Bible. You have to know who was being punished. He's coming to save them now. Look it up. Everybody's not going to be saved. He cannot save people if they're doing wicked. And he's definitely not going to save the people who cause his people suffering and pain. There's no reason. Okay, if he coming to save us, what he coming to save us for? He just coming to save all of us? For what? You don't save people that's already saved. When Superman was flying in the sky, right, and he coming to save you, who he saved? The woman in distress? Or do we save the bad man who's trying to rob her or rape her? He saved both of them, huh? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Superman, what sense that make for him to just swoop on down and say, "Oh man, I see a woman in distress," and just go ahead and grab the guy who's raping the girl and beating her up, and she's crying and hollering, need help. He grabbed the man and said, "You okay? Let's go." And he's gonna leave her, huh? Leave her hanging, or maybe he's gonna grab both of them and say, "You okay? He tried to rape you. Are you okay? She didn't let you rape her." Yeah, I got you. Yeah, you went through a lot of stress. You ain't never go through that again. I can't believe she wouldn't let you rape her or beat her. She got a problem. Yeah. That's right. You got to understand, man. It's time to wake up and know that the world is really evil here. All right, so that's what he come and save us for. Now, there you go. You got the sun, you got the halo, you got the cirrus clouds. God hides in the cirrus clouds. That's why you never understood those clouds, why they look like that, because God here. Now, you see that perfect pupil? See, it's a dot in the middle of it, circle, and there's a white part of the eyes. Yep, he looks like us. That's why he said, "I'm in your image." Look at that crown on his head. And he wears it to the side. I mean, God don't play, boy. God is a man. He wears it to the side. I got plenty of pictures, God. He wear it forward. He wear it to the left, to the right. Just stick with me. I'm going to show you all my pictures that I got with the Most High. Yes, he come to me like that. That's right. All right, so there he goes here. Hiding in the sky. He's inside of the halo, looking directly at me while I was parked. And I happened to just look out of the window. You know, I look out the window while I was sitting there. Sometimes, I like to sit. I just sit in the car, man. Sometimes I don't like to be around too many people. I don't want to. I hate being around people that sometimes don't want to see me, or I don't want to cause trouble. I don't want to choke somebody. I don't want to. How can I say this? I don't want to hate my fellow human because they're so disgusting, and I know that they may judge me, and they don't have the power to judge me, so it makes me upset, and I may get upset. I get upset at immature people. I get upset at unholy people. Easy. So sometimes I have to relax. And when I sat in the car, God visited me. He was right here. I happened to look up out of the window, and there it is. I saw him. I saw the halo. I'm like, what is that compelling me to look out this window? And I look, and I'm like, hey, there's another halo. So I took a few pictures, and then I started looking into it. There you go. This is why I heard his voice. Telepathically, I heard his voice. All right? Okay. So here's the door. Look at that. Some of us need to take that other route. Stop taking the long route. See, this is a door. Yeah, this is a door. Let's see. See that? That's what's inside that halo I showed you earlier with that door on it. And some people is not going to make it through this door because they steady being a follower. You following everyone else. Look at that. Matthew 7:13 and 14. Enter ye in at the straight gate. See, is that straight gate? Yeah, enter ye there if you want to. Okay? For wide is the gate and broad is the way. See, wide is that gate and it's broad. Look at that. Woo! That's easy to find, ain't it? That gate is wide and it's broad, easy to find. Easy to find. You can find it. Go ahead. Find that gate. That leadeth to destruction. and many there be which go in there. So you got many people that's going to enter into that gate because it's wide and big, and they all follow each other. Oh, yeah, we about to go to heaven. Look at that. Ooh, yeah, we going to go ahead and go. We made it to heaven. It's time to go to heaven. And you just follow everybody. Everybody in that line just know they get in there. And they ain't do no works on earth, but they was following Christianity, all these wicked religions. They were just going that way. Don't even know the gate this way. Don't even know it. Look, 14. Because straight is the gate, and narrow is the way, which leadeth unto life, and few there be that find it. See, there's only few that's going to find it. See? Yeah. Look at that beautiful grass, and you're going to head right into the light. Okay? That's why so many people going to be following the devil. So many people going to die. That's why so many people die in vain. They don't know any laws. They don't follow no statutes, no commandments. They don't know what God's charge is. They don't know how to follow the law. They don't read the Bible. You got people teaching all over the world, and you still don't want to hearken onto what he's trying to teach you. You don't understand what you need to do on earth to make it. You just following everyone into this wicked gate here. You ever heard the saying, hey, don't be a follower. You're going to mess around and get yourself in trouble being a follower. That's right. You following. No. You need to study, understand how God works, stop sinning, so you can go into this straight gate. Yeah, why you think the Most High said it's not a lot of people going to make it into the kingdom? You don't supposed to be. Would you want a lot of wild animals in your kingdom? I mean, some of these people is crazy out here. You talking about everybody. And you going to follow. Why would you be in a line like this and you see some of the wickedest people on the side of you, walking right beside you? Yeah, think about it. You don't want to go in there. And you know how all you wicked people, you go to that club, right? You on your way in the club. And you got some people coming in there looking like straight heathens, killers, murderers, whores. And you walking next to them. You think you better than them? You going in the same club they going in. You entering in the straight gate, in that one. Because it's wide and broad, big for everybody. You want to be in there with everybody. Yeah, you don't want to serve God. You don't want to serve God. You want to go where everybody going. See, you want to go in there with everybody. You don't care about what God wants you to do. Stop thinking about who next to you and think about God and what he requires of you. Yeah, that's what you need to. And when you get to the kingdom, you're going to see some other people. Like, oh, wow, okay, they made it too. Then you go ahead and mingle. But sometimes you got to get serious and understand what God wants you to do instead of want to party with so many people who got a low IQ. See, one of the reasons why y'all like people with slow IQs, because they don't acquire a lot of you. See, you can rule over them. You can do what you want to do, right? Right? Because they won't say much because they kind of slow in the mind. So you like to hang around all those type of slow-minded sinners because you don't have to do nothing positive or serious or real. You don't have to grow up. You could be a dumb thug and party all the time. So you don't care, right? You don't care. You like it like that. So you don't have time for God. You don't want to do what requires. So I hope you know when you go into that gate, you're going straight into a pit. You dying. It's destruction. See, it's destruction here. Okay, I'm just letting you know that. Just letting you know that. Okay, now you see that. Okay. So now you know you got to follow the law, statutes, commandments. Understand the Bible. And stop following everybody into the wrong gate. Stop being evil. Love yourself. Understand the Most High exists. And research those halos that you see in the sky a little better than just letting someone else tell you what they are. And just because science try to give you a understanding how they work doesn't mean God ain't involved. It just means they're trying to give you an explanation how they think it's formed. But who formed the crystals? Who formed the cold air that produced them? They don't know that. They don't know that. That's all they know is, oh, it's wintertime. That's why. Well, who created the wintertime? Who created the summertime? The solar system. Oh, the earth when it spins around. Who created the earth when it spins around to do that? Who created that? That very thing. Who created a spot for us to hover in a specific spot to where we can get a moon and the sun and the perfect temperature? We ain't too cold, we ain't too hot. Well, who formed that for us to hover here? A mistake? A fluke? They can't explain that. And now if they can't explain that, they got to be lying. You know why they lying? Because there ain't no way you can explain something that you never been a part of. You wasn't here to see and understand how they explain that. Unless you listen, you ever bought some equipment like let's say a radio, right? And it's breaking on you a little bit. So you unravel it. You ever unravel something, because you had to fix it and then put it all back together? How that's the only way. You can figure how somebody else made something. It's impossible for any man today living in all this sin to unravel the universe and put it back together so they can tell you how everything was created. If you can't do that, you can't teach me. I stick with the Bible. Peace.